So we recently did a review on the Kugoo Kirin G3 series, but they've sent us this M4 Pro to take a look at, and it's got a seat, which makes it very appealing to me, especially here in Key West. You see everybody's got like a moped that they're riding. So I'm excited to give this a try. Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy campers.
After losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds.
We realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new adventure.
One of the ways we like to explore the great outdoors is on an electric scooter.
And recently we were able to take the scooter that we're talking about today down to Key West and explore all of the shops and all of the streets down in Key West.
So over the summer, we actually did a review on the Kugoo Kirin scooter, and I absolutely loved it. First of all, that thing is a beast. I will leave a link for that review up here. Super fast, built really well. It is a little heavy, but I really enjoy it. It has become my new favorite scooter, but recently, Kugoo Kirin reached out to us and said, would you be interested in reviewing the M4 Pro with a seat?
Yes, I would. And as much as we love the all-terrain aspects of that previous scooter, boy, I love sitting down and enjoying this scooter.
I'm glad you said you love, because we actually don't really agree on this scooter.
It's true.
So we took it down to Key West. We rode all over Key West, and I will say it was really good for that. And I'm not going to knock the scooter. I just don't know if I like it yet. I mean, this is kind of weird. Rachel loves it.
I love it.
Me, I'm like, they have a scooter on their website that I would much prefer. It's like the Q6 or something like that. It's like got dual motors and is capable of over 45 miles an hour. Like that. Now that's a scooter.
Yeah, but you enjoy the speed over the comfortability of things.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I would love to get my hands on that new scooter with dual motors and like a giant battery. Enough said with that. This scooter overall is really good. It's built very well, but there are some quirks about it that I'm not really fond of. But before we do that, let's go ahead and play a little bit of footage of us riding around on it.
Okay, so full disclosure, when we turned this thing on, it was beeping. And you know, I mean, I'm not very tech savvy, so you need this to be easily explained. It was a turn signal. This thing actually has turn signals. So that's beeping, letting you know, and then just turning off the turn signal turns off the beeping sound. But if you turn it left or right, it actually turns on a sound. Of course, there is a
light and there's a horn.
Yeah. I mean, it's loud, like you know it's coming. So as you can see, I absolutely loved riding this thing.
Do you love riding it because it's like a great scooter, or do you like riding it because of the seat?
In all fairness, it's because of the seat. This is my first scooter with a seat aspect of it.
Now, the seat is one of the things that I don't really like about it. Before we even get into our 5 things, I do want to talk a little bit about the unboxing and overall assembly. When we got it, it was just like the other one. It was mostly assembled. You really just had to go through and like tighten a few things, tighten up like, you know, the throttle, put the handlebars on. I do like the fact that the handlebars actually fold down, which makes it really nice for putting it in the trunk of your car. It fits in the trunk of our Jetta.
Yeah.
So to me, that means it's a compact scooter. But the seat is where we started to get into an issue.
Yeah.
So the scooter, even though it's advertised as a removable seat, when you get it, it is not set up for a seat. It is set up to be a stand-up, stand-on scooter with a footrest on the back. If you want to use the seat, you need to now remove the footrest, which meant removing a whole bunch of pieces on the back, and there's no clear instructions on how to do this.
Right.
You have to kind of just figure it out. So it took myself and my son Anthony about 30 minutes to figure out how to put the seat on. So you have to put on a bracket, and now you can attach the seat. But now here is the bigger problem. It is no longer a stand-on scooter.
Okay.
So,
which is fine for me, but not for you.
Right. So if you want it to be a stand-on scooter, you need to go find 2 Allen keys of the same one, and it only comes with one of them. So you have to go find a second one somewhere in your garage of the million Allen keys that you got in something that you assembled, and take it off. So it's not like you can take this off and on wherever you go. Then you can have it as a stand-on, but you no longer have that footrest for the back foot. And in my opinion, the deck is a little short for me. For you, with smaller feet, pretty fine.
Yeah.
But of course, you want the seat. I did figure out a way to make the seat easy to take off and on. So let me show you right now. So what I did was I removed the bolt that uses 2 Allen keys, and I replaced it with this pin, which I got at Harbor Freight. And now, if I want to take off the seat, I can convert back to a scooter. The way they sell it, you can't do that. So now it makes it super easy to just take the seat off and on. It also makes it really good for storage. So now to fold it up, all I have to do is squeeze the brakes and then press the pin, and now it's folded up. So now you can just stow it away. And it does get pretty compact, but with the seat, it's a little bit more of a pain. Let me show you. So if you want to fold it up with the seat, the first thing you have to do is drop the seat all the way down. Then you're going to press this pin to fold the seat down, and you have to turn the seat like this. Then you can fold it down. So it's not like quite as easy. For me, it's just easier if you have the pin to just remove the seat altogether. Folding it up, or like unfolding it, is a little bit more challenging too when you have the seat on here, because you have to reach your hand in and hit this little pin to stand it up. And here is what I found. In order to stand it up and like lock it in the upright position, you have to hold the brakes. If you don't hold the brakes, you're gonna have a challenging time trying to get it to lock. So give you an example. So without holding the brakes, see how it's just gonna keep moving as you try to lock it in place. So if you hold the brakes and then just give it a good little jerk, it locks into place. And now it's locked in place, and then you just come over here and push the pin in.
So it's a good thing that you are handy, but I don't think that everyone is handy. Certainly I would not have just known how to fix that situation.
So I don't think most people would come up with it. Yeah, I guess maybe some people would come up with it. And again, I bought a whole box of pins and figured one of them will work at Harbor Freight, and the entire box of pins, now I have like 40 different pins, but the entire box was like $7. So it wasn't a bad investment. I will use them. Now I like the fact that you can take the seat off and on.
But I don't like the fact that we have to come up with our own hack in order to make that happen.
Right. Now, but again, you will always use the seat. For me, I like being able to take the seat off for storage. I think it's easier to store, but also if I don't want to use the seat. The seat is a little short for me. Let's get into our 5 things.
5 things?
5 things. So if you're new to our channel, we review all products based on 5 things.
Quality, ease of use, accessories, price, and finally, would we recommend it?
So let's get into number 1, quality. I do think the Kugoo Kirin is built pretty well, especially for the price point.
Yeah.
We have now tried 5 different scooters. I think this one and the original one, they're built very well. I like the materials they're made out of. When you come into this one, it's the only one that I've ever seen that at this price point has a decent shock system.
Yes, it does feel good no matter what terrain you're riding on. The only thing that I would have to say about my precious seat, because I do love my seat, however, the one issue is it is still a little bit wobbly and almost a little bit like forward moving. So there's a little jiggle to it. Now, I weigh 150 pounds. I feel like if I weighed more than that, like our previous weight before we had lost the weight, it would be really hard for me to feel comfortable on that seat.
Well, it does have, the whole scooter has a weight limit of 300 pounds, which means
we could
pre-keto,
yeah,
we were too fat to be on the scooter.
Right.
Okay. But part of that is the tightening down of the screw, and then because it's foldable, it does have a little jiggle. Also, the handlebar is adjustable up and down height wise, and if you extend it all the way, it does feel a little bit flimsy. Flimsy is a bad word. It's just not as sturdy as one where you wouldn't, be able to like telescopic, but you have to give something up to be able to telescope, your handle. But other than that, I do think the quality is pretty good. So as part of quality, I wanted to go over some of the specs on this unit. So it does have a 48 volt, I have my phone here with cheat notes, 48 volt, 18 amp hour battery. The motor is 500 watts, which is on the higher end for scooters at this price point. So I'm pretty happy with that. It does have enough power to be able to get up an incline,
yes,
which I was pretty excited about because we recently took our other scooters to Tennessee and it couldn't get up a little ramp going up a bridge. I was not able to get up it. So this one is able to get up those ramps. It does have a 15-degree hill climbing capability. It has disc brake systems. They're manual discs, not hydraulics, but it is nice to have front and rear disc brakes. They squeal a little bit, but that's something that comes when you have the manual disc brakes. 10-inch off-road tires. Unfolded, it is 46.9 inches by 44.1 inches by 23.6 inches. Folded, it drops to 44.5 by 15.4 by 23.6. And it weighs just under 50 pounds.
It's very easy for even me to lift, which I like.
Yeah. And also, they claim it has a top speed of like 28 miles per hour, but honestly, I wasn't able to get over 25, which for most people like Rachel is probably plenty fast enough.
I stayed around like 19. That's where I was pretty much
like to go around on like mode number 2, because it has 3 modes.
Yes.
Okay, number 2, ease of use.
It was very easy for me to use, especially I was a little bit afraid the fact that it was a sit-down one, that, there'd be more of a learning curve, but it was very easy to use it. The throttle worked great. The brakes were, self-explanatory. So I had no problem using it. It turned very well. I mean, I was very satisfied with it.
Okay, I have some qualms with ease of use. Again, we kind of disagree on this scooter. As much as I love my other Kugoo Kirin scooter, that's that one there, that's the G3. Something I did not like about that one was the folding mechanism, because it's the front reflector and you have to unscrew it, and you have to unscrew it a lot, and it's a pain in the neck. So this one has a much better folding system. It's one little lock and you press it down and it all folds. However, I had a really difficult time trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Again, no explanation anywhere
We need better
about it.
instructions.
And it is very, very tight. I actually had to message the company, and then they sent me a video showing that, okay, you have to press it with your foot, but because of my feet, like, I had a hard time. My shoes aren't super solid. Like, I have like flimsy sneakers. If you had like a pair of boots, it would press no problem.
But
if you
you're
had something with like a hard bottom,
always going to use like boots like that.
once I figured out how to do it, now I'm able to fold it. But the first few times, I actually had to resort to tapping it with a hammer. So once you figure out how to do it and you've folded it and unfolded it a few times, I do think it's nice, but it is a little bit of a learning curve, and it does take a little bit of pressure with your foot. You're probably better off using your heel over your toe to do it. Same thing with folding it up. You have to press the brakes, and again, nowhere does it say this. You have to press the brakes and then kind of give it a good jerk up, and it will lock into place.
Yeah.
So I love the idea behind the folding of it. I just wish maybe it was a little bit easier to do.
Yeah.
But I like it better than the other one.
Well, and so that makes sense that you're a little bit frustrated with it, because you're really the person that packs the vehicle and unpacks the vehicle, and I'm just the person enjoying the ride.
Can you say that word again?
Right, that unpacks the vehicle.
Vehicle?
The vehicle.
I like that. So, and then the same thing now, when you fold it up, if you have the seat on, you have to lower the seat all the way. You have to turn the seat. So there are just more things to do. It's not just like pull a pin, fold it up, you're good to go.
Right.
You have to like lower the seat, you have to turn it, then you have to tighten the things. And I feel like over time, it's just going to be a pain to have to constantly tighten it. Same thing when you extend the handlebar up, you have to really tighten down the adjustable nut. Otherwise, as you press down, like if you were to go brake really hard, the whole handlebar may drop down a little bit.
Right. And it concerns me a little bit if this is something that's purchased for like a child or like, you know, a preteen or teenager, that sort of person. Like, are they going to be able to like, you know, put it together and use it and fold it up and put it away properly? Or are they just going to leave it out because of the fact that it's just too complicated to use?
I will say this one's probably not designed for a child. Just because of the speed and stuff like that. But I would say a child's going to have a hard time folding it up. They're probably not going to be able to put enough pressure on that pin. Number 3.
Accessories.
Just like the other one, they have lots of parts on their website. So I'm excited about the fact that there are replaceable parts. We had another scooter, and we had broken a handlebar on it. It took us like 6 months to get the part for it, which is one of the reasons we started looking for another scooter.
You know what one of my favorite accessories is? The blinker.
Oh, the blinkers. So you're talking about the one that's actually built on. I'm talking about accessories that you can buy in the store. And yeah, so I do like that. I like the blinker thing. You really can't see it during the daytime, but at nighttime, it's a nice, I mean, everyone's going to see you. There's lights galore on this scooter.
Right.
There's an accessory that comes with the scooter that I do not like and I think is unneeded and honestly a pain and worthless, and that is the key.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why we have that.
So here's the thing. The scooter weighs 50 pounds. If you take it to the store, you're going to have to either put it into your cart and walk around the store, which is what I do, or you're going to need to get a bicycle lock and clamp it on the side, which I've actually ordered one, and then lock it up because it's 50 pounds and somebody can walk away with it.
Even if they don't have the key.
If you take the key out, it doesn't work. But listen, here's the thing. It's 2 wires. I could easily bypass that key when I stole it and brought it home.
Right.
So for me, the key is just something that I'm going to lose. In fact, I've already lost one of them.
Right.
It came with 2. I don't know where the second one is. We put it away for safekeeping.
So safe.
And I don't know where it is. So I just don't see a need for the key. Like, I love the fact the other one, no key. Just lock it up, carry it with you. A key is not preventing theft.
Yeah.
So number 4.
That's the price.
The price. So at the time that we were recording this video, it is listed on their website for $679. But they are having a Black Friday sale, which brings it down to, I believe, $599. Also, they tend to have regular sales.
Yeah, they do.
So for me, price-wise, I think you get a lot for your money.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have to think of this as like an extra vehicle. This is something that you can, go to the grocery store with, run an errand with, run up to the post office with, go through your campsite with. This is a very, very easy thing, a portable thing to use.
Yeah. So when I look at it, we had another scooter brand, and it was in a similar price range. I don't think the construction was nearly as good. It didn't have shocks. It didn't have the power of this one. It didn't have the top speed of this one. It didn't have dual brakes. So when I look at $599 for their Black Friday sale, or even $679, you're getting shocks. Now, is this as good of an off-road one as the G3?
No.
No. But is it going to handle the little bumps and stuff on the concrete, or as we were going around Key West when we got onto like the cobblestone roads?
Right, absolutely.
Yes,
fine.
It worked fine with that. I think the seat is a cool bonus for some people, like Rachel. The horn is a really nice feature, which you don't see on a lot of them.
Blinkers,
the
for sure.
blinkers, lights galore, all of that kind of stuff, dual disc brakes.
Battery life.
All of that stuff definitely makes it worth the price. So number 5, would we recommend the Kugoo Kirin M4 Pro scooter?
For me, I mean, my specific height and weight and shoe size, I would say yes, I definitely would recommend it. I understand that it is not the all-terrain vehicle that the other scooter is for you, but it's also way cheaper than your scooter.
So this is where I'm torn. The all-terrain thing isn't a big deal for me. Honestly, the speed isn't a big deal for me because I love my other one, and yes, it's got a ridiculous top speed, and the one that I really want's got an even higher top speed. But sometimes you get a little freaked out going at that top speed.
Yeah.
Because you're going fast.
You're on a scooter.
So this unit is significantly cheaper than the first Kugoo Kirin, so I have to give it that. But for me, at 6 foot tall, 195 pounds with a size 12 shoe,
it's kind of hard to use.
I need to extend the handlebar all the way, at which point I feel like it's not badly built, but not as sturdy as one that would not have a telescoping handlebar.
Right.
For me, the deck is a little short if I'm using it as a stand-on scooter. If I'm using it as a sit-down scooter, I think it's completely fine, but I'm a little embarrassed to be using it as a sit-down scooter. I think some of that, though, drives back to me bringing back remembrance of spending so many years in a Lark scooter because I couldn't walk.
Right.
And, when you're 35 years old and you have to go around in a mobility scooter, you get a little embarrassed, and I almost feel like I'm going backwards. Like
yeah.
I've got to ditch that 6 years ago.
Right. So I don't have that personal experience that you do with like mobility issues of the past, and the fact that you're well now and can use your foot. It's kind of like, you feel good. It's like freedom to be able to stand up and utilize a scooter, all day long, standing up. So, I mean, I totally get that. And I do think that for your frame and your foot size, it's not just a mobility thing. It's a little bit hard for you to use.
It's a little bit shorter. Can I use it? Yes. Yeah. But for me, the way to use it is to take off the back footrest and take off the seat.
Yeah.
With that back footrest, it just, for me, it feels like it's a little bit too short of a deck because of where the locking mechanism. But overall, I think it's a very good scooter, especially when you consider what you're getting for your money. So that is going to be the end of our review of the Kugoo Kirin M4 Pro. Let us know down in the comment section. Have you ever tried the scooter? Have you ever tried any of the Kugoo Kirins? I mean, again, we've tried a lot of different scooters, and so far, I'm super impressed with this brand.
Yeah.
They've been around for a little while. I think they make a good quality product. And they also do respond to messages.
They do. And I will say that when we were in Key West, not my scooter, but your scooter actually attracted the attention of quite a few people, including one family that's like, I've never seen anything that looks that sturdy.
Yeah.
And so they were asking a lot of questions about your scooter.
Please do us a favor, hit that like button down below. It really does help build the channel, but it also lets us know what type of videos you guys are looking to see. And also, while you're down there, make sure you hit the subscribe button.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time,
Happy camping.